The Secret Life of Sleep, an exploration of what happens after we close our eyes, by Duff. Introduction: How better sleep can lead to a better life. When you wake up in the morning, do you feel rejuvenated and ready for the start of a new day? Or do you have a difficult time being productive and focusing on the tasks at hand? Are you struggling with weight gain or depression? While there may be other factors that affect these issues, new studies have shown the importance of sleep on our health for both our minds and our bodies. As you very well know, everyone sleeps and everyone dreams, but we all do so differently. Regardless, it's important we all get a good night's sleep so we can live happy and healthy lives. Our wake-sleep cycles have to do with the regulation of hormones in our bodies. If the regulation of these chemicals is out of balance, then our sleeping and waking habits can be disrupted. How, when, and where we sleep is often determined by our culture. In the following notes, we will learn the importance of sleep, not only how it replenishes our bodies, but also how it can affect or improve our health, weight loss or gain, memory, cognitive function, and emotional status. Note 1. How do we fall asleep? There are many theories as to how humans fall asleep, such as the Sandman coming to sprinkle sand in your eyes. However, according to science, humans have a sleep switch, which is the key to how we fall asleep. This sleep switch has to do with our body's chemical ability to regulate our sleep with something called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. During the time we are awake, the levels of ATP in our bodies decrease. As the ATP levels decrease, we become increasingly sleepy. When we sleep, the levels of ATP slowly increase until we wake up. The process when the chemicals in our body decrease and we fall asleep is called hypnagogia. Similarly, the process when the chemicals increase and we wake up is known as hypnopompia. These are both known as transitional states. During these transitional states, we coincide with the world, meaning we experience strange or inspirational feelings. Many famous and notable people we know were inspired during these transitional phases of sleep. Note 2. Everyone sleeps, but culture affects how, when, and where. We all sleep. However, we do not all sleep the same. Culture is a huge determining factor in how, when, and where we sleep. For example, in terms of where we sleep, people from the Western world tend to sleep in their own room, whereas people of other cultures often sleep with family members in the same room or even the same bed. In terms of how and when we sleep, people from the Western world tend to have specific and routine sleep schedules. On the other hand, people who are not from the Western world tend to sleep for shorter periods of time throughout the day and night. These people have more fluid patterns of sleep than those of the Western world. Going back to medieval Europe, sleep occurred twice in a day and was separated by a short amount of time for tea or sexual intercourse. Nowadays, many people throughout Europe tend to nap daily in addition to their nighttime sleeping. Another unique sleeping habit of some cultures is co-sleeping. Co-sleeping, specifically in the case of parents and their children, has long been debated. In the United States of America, parents were told to have their kids sleep in their own room to promote independence. However, there have been studies in many cultures that show it's better to allow for co-sleeping between parents and their children because the children are more likely to be happy, healthy, and confident. Note 3. We sleep in two main sleep cycles. Sleep is divided into two primary stages, REM and slow-wave sleep. These two states of sleep alternate approximately every 90 minutes throughout the night. REM sleep, also known as rapid eye movement sleep, is the most active stage of our sleep when dreaming occurs. We can also easily awake from this state of sleep. Slow-wave sleep is a much deeper sleep than REM, and it is named for the slow but high-amplitude waves that occur in our brain during this stage. Slow-wave sleep is much more difficult to wake from. It is when our bodies and minds do most of their recovering. During this stage, we also burn fat, which is thought to be why a lack of sleep can lead to weight gain and obesity. As we grow older, the amount of slow-wave sleep we get decreases. It is thought that this decrease in slow-wave sleep is associated with an increase in body fat, thin skin, low libido, less muscle tone, decreased immune function, and memory loss, all of which are characteristics of aging. Now that we understand the importance of sleep on many of our primary and secondary health functions, we will also learn the perils of insomnia and how they can be overcome. Continue on to the next note, where we discuss Duff's theory on insomnia and how it affects many people today. Note 4. Insomnia is a widespread problem. Insomnia, or trouble sleeping, is a problem for a large percentage of the world and leads to a lack of sleep. This lack of sleep can be detrimental for both our bodies and minds. As you may have experienced before, not enough sleep decreases motivation, performance, immunity, happiness, and physical health. There has been research that has shown that a lack of sleep can eventually become just as dangerous as being intoxicated with alcohol. Studies show that sleeping 5 hours or less a night for 1 week resulted in cognitive impairment similar to that of someone with a 1% blood alcohol level. One way to overcome insomnia, as suggested by the author, is to divide your sleep into 2 parts. A study conducted in the 90s had people spend 14 hours a night in the dark for 1 month. By the end of the experiment, they had naturally fallen into a sleep routine that was divided into 2 sections. Further, the researchers found that the participants felt calmer and had higher levels of hormones that support nerve cell growth than they did before and after the experiment. In addition to changing your sleep schedule habits, another way to tackle insomnia is to just adjust your attitude. Today, too many people value money and job success over their personal health. Learning to value the things in life that matter most can help you achieve healthy sleep. Finally, artificial light can increase chances of insomnia, specifically when it comes to falling asleep. So many of us are used to falling asleep with the television on or while we are using our laptops or cell phones. The blue light emitted from these devices interferes with the production of sleep hormones in your body, specifically melatonin, making it difficult to fall asleep. Note 5. Sleeping and waking are often intertwined. Sometimes, it is hard to distinguish what happens in our sleep versus while we're awake. We are often left wondering if we dreamt something or if it really happened. Many times, what we experience and feel while we're awake drifts into our dreams, and other times, what we experience and feel while we're dreaming drifts into our mornings. This intertwining of sleeping and waking states is thought to be caused by the exhaustion of the chemicals that regulate sleep in our body. With use, the regulation of these chemicals becomes erratic. So when some sleep chemicals are trying to get the body to sleep, other chemicals may respond in chaotic ways that disrupt the sleep-wake cycle. Note 6. Sleep improves memory and the regulation of our emotions. Good sleep is important for our physical, emotional, and cognitive health. In terms of memory, slow-wave sleep specifically increases our capacity to learn and revisit the experiences from our day. REM sleep, on the other hand, sets our memories into our brain and associates them with what we already have stored. The processes of preserving and incorporating memories into our brains are referred to as memory consolidation. In short, memory consolidation is when our short-term memories are replayed during sleep, thus becoming long-term memories. In addition to improving our memories, sleep also helps us best regulate our emotions. While we dream during sleep, if we dream in length about our emotions from the day, we are more likely to be able to cope and overcome them. Note 7. Everyone dreams. Every person dreams. Even if someone does not remember their dreams, they still dream. Research has shown that humans' ability to dream is innate, and we typically dream approximately 4 to 6 times every night. Whether people remember their dreams or not has to do with several factors. For example, our attitude about our dreams, their length and intensity, and how we wake up are all factors that determine whether or not we will remember them. For instance, if we wake up suddenly or do not get enough sleep, then we are less likely to remember our dreams. According to some studies, we only remember approximately 50% of our dreams within the first 5 minutes after we wake up, and only 10% within the first 10 minutes. If you want to remember your dreams well, then it is important to get enough sleep. Although every person dreams differently. We all have big and small dreams. Big dreams are the ones that are unique and hard to forget. They are a mix of old and new experiences. Small dreams are about simple, routine, everyday experiences. Note 8. We often do not follow our body's natural sleep cycle. Our school and work schedules often push us into an unnatural sleep schedule. This creates a disconnection between our sleep schedule and our inner circadian rhythm, and we end up not sleeping at the times that are best for our bodies. This disconnection is called social jet lag. Social jet lag can have long-term consequences on our health, such as chronic fatigue, obesity, and gastrointestinal issues. According to the World Health Organization, there is suspicion that social jet lag may even lead to cancer. Furthermore, for many of us at times, it is difficult to get ourselves out of bed in the morning. This is called sleep inertia, and it is based on Newton's first law of motion. It is hard for our brains to quickly wake up in the morning, and it may not do so as fast as we want. Some parts of our brains take longer than others to wake up. Note 9. Conclusion. As we have very well understood, sleep is important for both your mind and body. It allows your body to heal and restore itself, and your mind to rest its cognitive functions. By sleeping and allowing your mind and body to rest, you decrease the likelihood of suffering from medical and psychological conditions such as obesity and depression, and can lead a happier, more energized life.